Episode 11. Seems like the skyfish aren't biting today. Or maybe they are. I don't think I've ever seen a skyfish. Actually, one complaint about the way fishing works in Final Fantasy XIV. Not that it really matters, not really a complaint. It's fine that you can't see the fish, right? You can't really model every fish. Some of the fish are modeled, but they're mainly just for aquariums or whatever. But the one thing that I don't like is that you can't see the fishing line. I guess there'd be that whole problem of where the fishing line and where the bobber would go, like where they would terminate, kind of like at the bottom of the map or whatever. It works better with water, but with the sky, it's hard to say. Maybe there'd just be like a bobber floating in the air or something like that, or hanging, I don't know. Still, it just feels like that's the one thing that makes it a little bit hard for me to think of this as actual fishing. That and the lack of actual fish, but still, the line is the main thing. Anyway. Kind of continuing almost immediately after the last episode, so I haven't done any of these extra quests here. I'll still do them today. Not sure if I'll actually do them on screen though. Probably not. What I actually wanted to do right now was, since we were in the area, I guess Komori decided to help out this guy with his other thing, or rather help out the other guy with his thing over here, before we continue with the Moogle quests over in that direction, under the bridge. That Moogle's just gonna hang tight right there while we do this. An actual dungeon for Komori to test out her newly reacquired Black Mage skills, I guess. In a real environment. This would have been the only level 60 dungeon that you get after the Heavensward main story in the base game expansion, which would have been 3.0. A bunch of more dungeons that are unlocked from, well, the other patches, 3.1 to 3.5 up to 3.55 or so. Of course, a lot of them including story dungeons, but I'm mainly talking about optional dungeons, and those are all available to me right now, having cleared the base story. What I want to do is take them on in order of when they came out in the patches, sort of in the same general structure that I did for A Realm Reborn. So we're just doing this one now, and saving the 3.1 dungeon for 3.1 and anything else from here on for later. Sometimes the patch will have 2 dungeons, one for story, one for optional or whatever. Sometimes it'll have 2 optionals or otherwise, I don't know fully. Suffice to say, we're doing this one right now. The great Netherling warrior who chased the clouds from our land returns, like gentle zephyr wind. Sonu has plea, and hopes Netherling lends an ear. Yeah, we kinda shafted you last time we walked by, but not this time. Zundu takes shelter from the Vundu storm by virtue of peace offerings, and respect commanded by Zundu chief. Now though, the rains threaten to fall again. The symbol of chief's power is the great mask he wears, a mask that grows old and worn. A chief who wears shabby mask is a chief who commands as much respect as a summer day's drizzle. Tribal mask is made from the scale of Wakion? Wakion? I guess so. A giant Sanua who nests on Neferreep, where the Vanu are forbidden to go. The wicked Vundu seek to hoard power and influence for themselves. They seize control of Neferreep, and forbid poor Zundu from entry. But they cannot keep out the great Netherling who tamed the white. Go to Neferreep, Netherling, and snatch the scale of the Wakion from the Vundu's evil clutches. Tonuvanu will be your guide. He awaits you outside the village. Pray go swiftly, Netherling, and chase away the coming storm. All the way over there. We've been there once before. That island just in the center of the screen, lower down. Of course, this is going to be a dungeon that I'm going to need real players for. Probably not intended to get duty support anytime ever in the future, since it's an optional one. Although I say that, they're adding optional dungeon support to obviously to optional dungeons in A Realm Reborn. Said optional one too many times there. Like, what was it? Holly and I think Cutter's Cry. We stumbled across one of those when they told us in-game that they were planning to add it later, duty support for one of the dungeons. I don't think they've added it quite yet though. Don't think there's any players in A Realm Reborn that's gonna sit around and wait for duty support on those. So that message in-game seems rather redundant. Tonuvanu waits for Netherling Warrior, and Netherling Warrior comes. Netherling braves Netherreap to retrieve the Wakion scale for Zundu. Tonu's heart flutters in the gentle winds of Netherling's kindness. Netherreap is sacred land to the Vanu, but Vundu come with their wicked ways and transform Netherreap into a tempest of terrors. Watch your tail feathers, Netherling. Alright, let's queue up. Wait time says 11 minutes. I guess I can use this time to try and knock out some of these society quests. Usually it takes longer than the average wait time. Well, I say usually, but that's not the definition of average. We already did our sample set of these guys on camera, so I'm just gonna kind of go through it quickly. Not exactly reading it, but not exactly skipping over it, just kind of skimming it to myself. Guess we're planting seeds. And dealing with midges again. And our fisher friend. The skyfish aren't actually biting after all. Let's over the fishing first. We're no fisher though. Oh, is this what you catch from the skyfish? Wow. Didn't notice those. This is actually a lot more lucrative than I thought it would be. I could well, for a bird this big, it probably only feeds them for a few days. But for Komoi, like a month at least, just one of these skewers. Oh, greetings, Netherling. Inu is somewhat troubled about fellow Zundu cloudfisher. Often we swap advice on fishing spots where Zephyr winds blow strongest. Inu shares secret of fishing cliffs near sacred ground of Netherreap, and friend goes alone. The cliffs are home to ferocious beasts, and greedy Vundu cloudfishers swarm the area like midges to Wizened. Wizened dung. What is Wizened? I guess that means like wizened, like old. Even though friend says he is not afraid of such things, Inu worries about the danger of fishing alone in Vundu territory. It has not heard from him since last sunrise. Would Netherling check on his well-being? I just realized I was reading that out loud, right after I committed to not reading them. Purely on instinct, huh? Well, I'll remember this time. Helping with growing the crops, right? And... right, the midges. Yeah, we're blowing them away with the Sinuwa again. Oh, they're not here this time. Well, we have to do this one first, because we can't dismount this. Alright, we'll go north first and south. I guess the other guy wasn't having trouble with the fishing after all, or rather. It's not that the fish weren't biting, his friend was having trouble, it seems. That's what happens when I try to skim through things. Normally I just kind of mash through these optional society quests, the ones that aren't the rank up ones, whenever I'm not recording. But I figure if I'm putting it on camera, I might as well have them stay on screen for more than a split frame, or whatever. And the last one. Looks like the average wait time increased to 13 minutes before we even hit the 11-minute mark. We'll probably wrap up these quests before we hit that timer, and we can continue on the actual Moogle quests, I guess. I didn't expect this episode to be just the dungeon anyway, usually those only last around 30 minutes or even less sometimes. And we'll just ride this one over to the next quest marker. That's all binding of soil. What about this Cloudfisher? Oh, he's all the way over there. Damn. Well, maybe. By the time we finish up this other stuff for the binding soil quest and fly our ass all the way over there, maybe that's exactly when our party is going to pop for the dungeon. And we can enter from the gate, right next to the dungeon, I guess. Alright, go home. I'm gonna have to put the mount on a different button. Normally it was no problem to have it on here, which is double tap right trigger and up on the D-pad. But now that you can actually move while mounting up, I might want it on the face button so I don't have to use my left hand, my left thumb. Press up on the D-pad like that. There is a way to kind of crab claw it, I guess. But it might just be easier to move it to an actual face button or something. I've just had it that way for so long. Not down here now. Did I miss it? There. Where could it go? For one, I never use left on the D-pad for sprint, just because I have a macro on it for the left stick. Left stick to sprint just seems normal. But I do keep it up there just so that I can see whenever I press any of the triggers and this hotbar appears, what the cooldown is for the sprint. I could maybe put it on the left side here, but that's kind of my roll abilities, whatever these are called. Yeah, my roll actions, I guess. That's what I typically keep right there. And of course on the right side, those face buttons are all class-related stuff for battle. I guess having battle-related things are more important than mount-related things in the heat of battle, I guess. Which is to say that I probably am more pressed for pressing the right button at the right time, these ones being on the face button. Oops. Gotta remember I have Mana Ward, I always forget. That it might be more important to have these buttons for battle on the face buttons. For the rare times that I'm in battle, just because it's more important to not fail then, rather than just to fail pressing the mount button in a low stakes environment like we are right now. Alright, the average wait time increased to 16 minutes, and we still have no one in the party. We're not in a bad time for searching for like people to join our party, it's just, well, I don't know. There should be a lot of people playing right now, actually. They should be getting ready for patch 7.25, but I guess there'd be even more people playing once that actually drops. It actually kind of snuck up on me. We're only 2 days or something away from patch 7.25, which is basically going to be one of the biggest things since 7.0 released. It's basically going to be an expansion of, well, another field operation, just like Eureka and Balja, which we haven't done on this character yet, but I'll be doing, what's it called? The Shady Triangle on my main character. I'm sure I'll learn the name eventually. Okay, and back to the campsite. Well, our party didn't pop. I guess I wasn't really expecting them to pop. Oh wait, the average wait time went back to 11 minutes? How'd that happen? I guess someone else in the dungeon finding pool found their party, and that brought the average down. Maybe everyone else is going to filter into my party now? The people that are in the duty roulette or whatever? Maybe. Are we actually going to see these, like, grow even more? I mean, I think we probably will. Not through doing that quest just now, but just through natural progression of this skyblock and their society questline. Oh, well, okay. Turns out it was actually approximately 11 minutes after all. We got to see it happen live. This will be the first time I'm doing Black Mage in an actual party of people, after they made these changes, I guess. Any minute now. This is the part that I normally cut out. Oh no, it could be that. Okay, good. And actually, I'm only realizing it right now. I think dungeons like this actually change the time of day based on what time it is in the actual overworld. This dungeon's kind of weird in the way that you have to interact with things. I probably, I welcome you to Neverreap, brave Nuttling. Take thunder eggs in hand. Place thunder eggs on an altar of the clouds and winds will swirl, and carry you deeper into Neverreap, but be warned, for there are great dangers await. Right. That's the weird thing. Gotta interact with a lot of these guys. Oh, that was wrong. I should have done flare. This feels more like Black Mage, these long cast times. You can kind of feel the effect of Leyline even more on the longer cast times. Of course, that's how math works out. And we gotta avoid these. Hopefully wherever we stop it's going to be someplace I can set down my ley lines. I'm safe right there. Here looks good, I think. Damn. Alright, we're really black maging now. Doing minor adjustments within our ley lines, that's the way to play. And apparently ley lines used to last like longer, maybe 30 seconds or something. Damn. How does this work? We gotta find something. There. That's this guy's gimmick. Find the shadow. Here it is. We're safe. We'll take it. Just for the company seals, I guess. Kind of like the version that they had of the timer with knock-in and everything in the immediately preceding patch, where you could freeze the timer with the spell that I just used. Seemed like a good compromise. I don't know. I guess I should use Flare before I do that. That's the wrong spell. Is this hitting everyone? Does it have enough radius? I think it does. Sometimes hitting the large enemies like this means it's harder to hit the enemies at the perimeter. Just because the large enemies kind of push away the smaller enemies, I think. Oh, going slow. Gotta get used to how much mana these spells use for the AoE, and just in general, I guess. Oh right, this guy. I think this guy's pretty tough, like his mechanic. How do you do this one? I'm not sure anyone here is going to know how to do it either. I guess we'll find out. I think we want this outside. That seemed right. Bring another one on us. Well, ours is safe. It's up to you guys to handle that one. Ley line should be fine here. Get in the center. It's stronger in the center. Not really. Okay, I think that happened because we didn't move some. Now I got hit by this. Put up the barrier. Okay, now's a problem. They're like all gathered right here. Oh, that's no good. Oh, I didn't need that. Oops. Guess I could be doing AoE here. Alright, maybe we just focus on the guy himself. Sorry guys, I'm full aggro right now. Don't worry about it. Oh, he's not taking damage. He's invincible. That was a problem. I pressed the wrong button. Oops. Great, I shouldn't have ignored the mechanic. Right at the very end. Foolish of me. I thought he would just take damage, you know? I should have some food. I always forget. Oh wait, I need these. I'm in main character mode right now where I say 0, pass on everything. But I do want those company seals for whatever reason they might be useful for. Unlike the tornadoes from before, we just have to avoid these, I guess, which just kind of pop up randomly, I guess. Nope, wrong spell. Oh well. Yeah, I'm really feeling that cast bar time, the difference between ley lines and no ley lines. I kinda like it. I kinda like how long it feels, and I like how short it feels too. Both with and without the ley lines. Not sure if I'm hitting that last dome though. Actually, yeah, it seems like it is hitting everyone. Good. Ah, here we go. Dodging within the ley lines. That's the appeal of the Black Mage. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Even having never played Black Mage, like, excessively until I started a little bit as Komori, I knew from the beginning that's how it was supposed to be. Didn't realize that guy wasn't dead. Just through osmosis, you know the identity of a different job, the way people talk about it. Oh, guess they're not waiting, that's fine. We'll be in there soon enough. It's not like this is an overly long cutscene. The walkie-on, we heard about that. Now this one's actually pretty fun, I think, this battle. If I recall it correctly. Oh, he's invincible. Don't push me out of my ley lines. I belong here. I feel like I was born to be here, inside the ley lines. What are you targeting me for? I think he was mad that I wasn't pushed by his one attack. Now let's get some distance. Just to see the boss in all its glory or whatever. Is it invincible again? I think it is. Being invincible messes up my rotation because... oh, oops. Because I can't get my fire phase when I expect it to. Whenever I do a hit on an invincible guy or whatever. Right, so the fun thing about this is that you have to avoid the boss while he ping-pongs back and forth like this. It's actually kind of funny. Oh, can't do that again. Well, it's fine, I don't have my ley lines yet. Alright, we'll put them down right here, I guess. I am actually starting to feel the difference between the cast times, even on this shorter cast Fire 4. Kind of early for that, but it's over anyway. I usually like to wait until it's actually 2 bars rather than the 1 bar limit break. If you do the 1 bar limit break, it wastes whatever partial fill there is on the 2nd bar. Same thing for the 3rd bar. But then it's all wasted if you don't use it at all. Alright, we don't have to wait for the roll on that one. These are just for company seals for me. If they want it that much, then they can have it, I guess. Alright, so we actually got to test out Komoi's Blackmage skills after all, and it does actually feel not terrible. I mean, I think I am still missing out on the whole Enochian timer thing and the longer lasting ley lines and all that other stuff I keep on mentioning, but it does actually feel like now that I'm getting more abilities that the identity is still somewhat there, I guess. I think I won't hate playing as Black Mage. I'll just maybe miss out on a little bit. Who knows? Maybe there'll be more to have in 8.0? Are they going to change all the classes in 8.0? Who knows? And we are now at 150 for the Vanu Vanu, which means tomorrow is going to be in real time at 300, not enough for the actual rank up quest. For the Vass, is it also 150 per quest? If that's so, how did I wind up at 210? Just trying to figure out when the rank up quests are going to happen so I can make them go on not the same day, so I don't run out of daily quests or whatever. Those rank up quests do actually disappear if you don't get them on the day that they spawn, so you kind of lose out the efficiency. And let's complete that dungeon quest. Netherling wears the triumphant look of one who weathers a storm. You return from Neverreap with a walkie on scale, yes? There's son who knows. Netherling bears a scale, and it is a mighty one indeed. Fashion a mask from this, and Zundu chief will command the authority of a furious storm of lightning. But that is not all Netherling accomplishes, no. Netherling chases the cruel Vundu from Netherreap, returns halcyon winds to our sacred land. We Zundu are not like cruel Vundu brothers. Gentle like a spring breeze, we welcome Netherlings with open wings. Maybe extend that sympathy over to the Gundu. This guy's kind of like their ardent non-supporter, whatever it would be called. What's the word for that? Not advocate, opposition, whatever. He always speaks out against them. Son whose heart is warmed by the gentle sunlight of your friendship. Promise us that you will remain a friend to the Zundu for many seasons to come. We'll just say we're doing that in the favor of the Gundu. So any favors that we do for the Zundu should be paid back to the Gundu. I'm sure there'll be a flourishing civilization that can stand on their own soon enough. Well, float on their own, whatever. Anyway, we're going in this direction. Continuing with the Moogle quest that I sidelined by doing all of this bird stuff. Now that all of the blue quests are out of the way, we can continue with our Moogle friend. Which strangely enough isn't part of like the blue stuff, even though it is part of the society questline. Alright, you've waited long enough. Night has fallen, like 2 nights. It's been like a couple of days since we last saw this guy. So it's probably been enough time for all the scary monsters to dissipate, I guess. We can leave now. Well, I'm overjoyed that we'll finally be able to meet the Mako Moogles, Kupo. But we can't celebrate yet. We need to find the 2 Moogles that came up here with me. Oh. I guess I shouldn't have waited 2 days. They might be kind of lost. Like, even more lost now. We split up to search for Mako, so they could be anywhere near here, Kupo. Hopefully they haven't flitted off too far. If they've been attacked or worse, there's no way I could forgive myself, Kupo. It might be best to search for them one at a time. I'll stay right here. It would be dreadful if any more Moogles got lost. Have fun searching, adventurer. Okay, I guess Kooply Kooky is going to stay under the stairs for a little while longer. We'll try to get him out of there this episode, if I can wrap up finding these other 2 Moogles. Shady Triangle. Shadow Triangle? What is it called? The new field operation coming out. It's a something triangle, the Bermuda Triangle, but fantasy. Oh, you surprised me, Kupo. What's that? Kooply Kooky sent you to look for me? Thank heavens. A mean-looking bird monster attacked me, and I ran behind these rocks. I didn't know where to go. So Kooply Kooky is hiding under a bridge? Safety and shade. Sounds perfect. I'll go meet him right away, Kupo. Well, I guess everyone's going under the bridge. Turns out hiding there was even better an idea than I thought. I just did it because I wanted to do other things, or I just said that he was going to stay there because I was doing those side quests, but who knows, maybe they'll make a home there. Maybe the society quest is all about building up their society underneath these stairs. The same thing we're doing for the Sky Island for the Gundu. I'm sure it'd be a very nice place eventually. This could be like the front to a Moogle-sized apartment or something like that. Multiple stories. It could even fit Lalafels, I guess. I can picture it now. A cozy fireplace over here with a central dining room or something. Entrance foyer with stairs going up to the individual rooms underneath the stairs. Could even expand outwards under those stairs and even beyond. But, that's not. Oh, happy days. I thought I'd never see my friend again, Kupo. What a wonderful reunion. I feared that we would never meet again, and our party at Moghome would be but a dream, Kupo. Well, only one more Moogle left, Kupo. Only one more missing Moogle. Adventurer, you've seen all the scary beasts out there. We need to find him before something terrible happens. It seems the Moogle fluttered off to the east when the giant bird attacked, Kupo. We better hurry. That's right, we'll all be going this time. Okay, we're done with the stairs. Good. And thus the dream of the Moogle apartment under the stairs dies. Good riddance. Oh, that's an important guy. We just fought one of those, like an even more important one in Neverreap. All the way over here, huh? We always seem to head back in this direction towards Neverreap. Can't actually see Netherreap from here. Is it that? Oh wait, is it that? Hang on. I think we saw it during that one mission image, right? Like the quests little tooltip image, which they sometimes have. I think I can actually find it through Duty Finder too. Yeah, it's kind of got that big bifurcated stump or whatever. I guess that would be the cave where we fought the Senua. Yep, that's it. You can't actually see it from here. Okay. It's just kind of, you know, using that trick to make it seem like it's distant when it's actually just a tiny little model a little bit closer by. It's a lot more obvious when you go left and right like this. Anyway, not here to break the illusion. We're here to find the Moogle. I don't see him anywhere, Kupo. I hope he's not. I don't see any sign of a pom-pom here. Oh no, what's that? It's a Kupo nut. We bought some from the Trollswood to give to the Mago Moogles. What could they be doing here? We'd best pick them up. It'd be a shame to let them go to waste, Kupo. But look at all these monsters. Adventurer, you look like you can handle them. Why don't you gather the Kupo nuts? Sure. Better get our fair share of Kupo nut. The Kupo nuts are scattered all over the place. We need to pick them up. Kupo. These monsters have nothing to do with the Kupo nuts, but it's kind of funny that they're just kind of standing in the way, all these griffins. Alright, I guess we have to do this, huh? We could just kind of run away until it de-aggroes and try again, but it's probably better if it's off the field. Oh wait, hang on. Well, let's try sneaking around this time. Got it, great. Just in time. That one would be the most annoying because there are so many enemies from the Fate. These other ones we can just kind of de-aggro by running away. I hope those Moogles are watching. This is how you deal with monsters. You run away. This is far enough surely, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter, we got it. This is a rather wide search area. Oh, there's the next. And probably, yeah, right there. Wide search area, but still easy to find. I guess this is a barren wasteland. No, please. Okay, we got it. Cast bar is only cancelled when you actually get hit, not when you aggro the enemy. Any moment now. There. Oops. Well, were you able to find the Kupo nuts? The flavorful seed of a Kupo tree. The Kupo nut is cherished by Moogles across the realm, and by Komori, I guess. Ah, thank you, adventurer. We brought 5 Kupo nuts with us, so there should be one more somewhere. Well, you should have said that before Komori went and collected 4. But if our lost companion isn't here, then where could he be? He couldn't have run far. Well, we'll just have to brave these wilds a little longer, Kupo. I guess this entire questline is here in the Sea of Clouds. I thought it would actually transition back to... what's it called? The Churning Mist at some point, but... guess it'll end there, and that's when the Society quest begins. Oh, where did he wander off to, Kupo? If I can say one thing about my companion, it's that he's quite adept at fleeing, Kupo. If it were me running, I'd go to the south. But no doubt that area is just crawling with dreadful creatures. Adventurer, we may need you to look for any signs he was there, or for any clues as to where he may have ran to. If you find something, then it may be worth braving this region's cruel monsters. Bring any clues you find right back here, and we can continue our search when you return, Kupo. I guess this side quest is making use of the areas that you don't normally go to in the main map, like this place. Oh, there it is. The legendary 5th Kupo nut. We found it. And a black feather. And maybe Moogle fur, I'm guessing. Where could it be? Ah, there it is. Just kind of blending in the color. Another black feather. These guys should probably find a better hiding spot. They're just kind of out in the open. No stairs to hide under here, though. Ah, you're back at last. Did you find any sign of our friend Kupo? We found a Kupo nut, which we want to keep, by the way, and 2 black feathers. Some black feathers and a Kupo nut. This is one of the presents we brought from Malcolm, Kupo. Well, it's ours now. Just as I thought, he must have gone south. But just how far south? It's hard to imagine him running too far without resting his wings. Running with his wings. Well, I guess it's still proper English. Whatever. Aha! These black feathers must belong to that giant bird that attacked. The giant bird that attacked. I think the proper English is actually that giant bird that attacked rather than the... Well, what do I know? That means the bird must have flown off with a poor Moogle. We have to help him before he's eaten, or worse. Hurry, adventurer. We need to follow the bird's trail, Kupo. Easier said than done. Well, there aren't that many islands around here. I guess we can just look around. And of course, we're just going towards the quest marker. Ah yes, this part of the map that you wouldn't have gone to during the main story. Going to all these little corners. It'd be nice if we could wrap up here in the... What's this place called? The Sea of Clouds. In this episode. And starting next episode, go back home to Mogholm. Continue the society quest there. How does a knock-in work now anyway? It's just kind of there, right? You just get a 5% damage boost for free whenever you have Astral Fire or Umbral Ice, because there's no more timer on them. Kind of feels like... Oh wait, hang on. Okay, so there is a timer still for maintaining it for 30 seconds, but... Yeah. It doesn't go away. There's like no skill in upkeeping it. You just have to make sure that you have either Fire 3 or Ice 3 or whatever up. And there's no way of losing it other than, I don't know. No, that's actually the exact problem that I've been having. There's no way to get rid of those Ice Orbs or Fire Orbs in any way. You can make them go down to 1, like from 3 to 1 over the opposite element. No way to get rid of them though. The Enochian timer is just always going to be going. Which is good for like Enochian and Polyglot and all that. I just don't want it in the way when I'm just out and about. Well, whatever. I've complained enough about that one topic, and I'll probably do it some more. This just keeps getting worse and worse. I hope he's okay, Kupo. Look, there's a whole flock of those birds here. If indeed our companion was kidnapped, he's like to be around here. Let's split up and look for him, Kupo. I hope he's okay. Hurry and find him before something terrible happens, Kupo. Oh, these blackbirds, the Anzu. They were like a pseudo-boss or something. During one of those dungeons, which was it? Ah, there it is. It was called Pharaoh Sirius or something. Didn't actually know you could go inside these. I guess these are their nests. Kinda funny. Blending right in. I am the egg. Be the egg, Kupopo. Eggs don't get eaten. No, they don't. Be the egg. Oh no, I've been found out, Kupopo. Don't eat me. I'm so stringy. Skin and bones. Oh, you're not one of those nasty birds? We aren't, but we would still eat you if you were an egg. Thank heavens. I thought I was done for. Good thing I wasn't. Moogles are notoriously lacking in flavor, Kupo. You mean the others have come looking for me? I knew they wouldn't leave me here, Kupo. I'll return to them at once. And I will silence my phone at once. Gotta put it on Rumble. That's a big egg. That was too close. I'll never eat another egg again, Kupo. You found him. I would have never thought to pretend to be an egg. In fact, chances are I'd end up eating it, Kupo. You and Komori both, Moofy Moogle. Is that your name, Moofy Moogle, or is that a descriptor? Like motioning Moogle? Everyone's together at last, Kupo. We can finally make our way to Markholm. I've grown quite tired of all these flying monstrosities, Kupo, and I have grown tired of this area. Not really. I mean, I just want to get on with the other stuff that I've planned. It is actually quite beautiful when the weather is like this, and not nighttime. Apologies for causing you so much trouble, adventurer, but now, thanks to you, we can continue on our way to Markholm, Kupo. Now that everyone's here, we can finally go to Markholm, Kupo. Oh, meeting new Moogles always makes me so nervous. This should be the last one, I think. This time, thanks to our trusty adventurer, we won't get lost on the way to Markholm. Worry not, for I've memorized your directions. Let us away, Kupo. Did you give them directions, Komori? And after a long detour, we finally return to Mogul. That better be for us, this one Kupo nut. Well, let's continue this quest next time. I think Komori is just going to stand here, staring intently at this Kupo nut, not picking it, just hoping that Mogul is going to offer it to her out of the kindness of his heart, like a sucker. Now would be a good time to take a break.